Hey, testing, testing. Am I live? Please let me know if I'm live. I just want to know if I'm live. I can't really see. Sometimes, like, it'll say live, but then, like, there's nothing is loading, so I have no idea if I'm fully live. If I'm fully live, like, my comment section hasn't loaded yet, so yeah, it's just one of those weird kind of like purgatory zones of are you live, but are you not live? So if I'm live, gonna put a zero down inside of the chat, okay? Put a zero down in the chat if I'm live. Just let me know. Now, hopefully you're enjoying today. It's been a great day for me as well, and I just can't wait to share this with you. Like how a mentorship student got to about 49.50 in monthly recurring revenue in 60 days of working together. Now, I just kind of want to break this thing down, and because if I'd had this when I got started about 7 years ago with my accounting and bookkeeping firm, like, dude, this would have been ridiculous. Like, she started from zero. Like, some people are like, where did she start from? She started from zero. She was actually had to go and make something happen because her current job was getting ready to kind of like lay her off due to some like personal reasons. I'm not going to get into the personal reasons of why they're getting ready to let go of her, but she didn't have any other choice. Like some people talk about, well, they have like a really easy lifestyle and like things are comfortable and they have a lot of trouble like pushing and finding that like just impotence and just desire to go. For her, she just had like kind of a fire under her butt where she had to make it work. So let's talk about the tactical of like how to do so. Now, number one, okay, I'm going to be asking you guys during this video if you can just start commenting and engaging with the post. The reason why is because I want this to be seen by as many people as possible, and the only way for you to get Facebook to show a video, a post, whatever to more people is you have them either comment or leave a like or share. That's why oftentimes on like side of this group, you'll hear me asking you to do certain things. So if you are watching this live, write hashtag team live. So I know that you're hashtag team live. You're here with me, so I can actually go and like make this more interactive. So I can ask you questions, I can answer, I can do some Q&A. I can do a lot of cool things just to make sure that you guys are engaged and you know what you're doing, and any questions are being answered. Also, if you're watching this on the replay, type in hashtag team replay. Let me know if you're on the replay because there's also some goodies that I sometimes drop, and if I don't know whether you watched it live or on the replay, I don't have any way of giving it to you. Now, if at any time you want some help, you want me to answer some questions, reach out to you, right? Hashtag connect, and I'll be sure to reach out to you and answer any questions that you might have that maybe you just weren't answered because of the nature of being on a group call like this. Now, also, if you are tired of trying to figure this stuff out yourself, you're ready to make a change in your business and your life, and the timing is right in your mind, go ahead and click on the link inside of the description of this video or in the comment section below to book a call with me. It's going to say go.onetub/meeting with Bryce Tubbs. Okay, we got to go and figure out what is the game plan for you to make sure you can go and run your business towards your goal. Hey, Yulia. Hey, Kizzy. Hey, Brian. Nice to see you guys. Nice to see you guys. Hey, Yulia. I'm still waiting for you, man. I'm ready. I'm here whenever you're ready. I can't wait for you. Don't let me down. Don't let me down. I'm here for you. I got you, and we're not going to let you down. Now, for you guys, hopefully you're having a great day. Let's jump into this thing, okay? So, number one, the first thing is if you're just getting started with your business, you need to make things a little bit easier for yourself. Now, when I say make it easier for yourself, I'm not saying like you take a shortcut or cheat codes. It's that most people try and grow their business from scratch, and they try and go to like, for me, I went to like networking events, I was knocking on business owners' doors, I was writing blog posts, and all these different things to try and get clients. Versus what I teach my students nowadays is go partner with someone who already has the clients that you want. Okay, this can be like a financial advisor. That's a really powerful one. It can be a credit repair person. It can be a business consultant. It can be an IT consultant. It can be a marketing consultant. It can be a commercial real estate agent. You got to be just writing down like a list on a piece of paper, like boom, boom. Who are the different industries and professions that could help me out? Who have a very similar audience? Who might actually want to work with me? That's number one. Now you have to be able to start going and reaching out to these people. So, for example, like Melissa, her name is Melissa Hill. And what she had to go do is she actually went and connected with some financial advisors. And one of the financial advisors like, oh, hey, you do this? Oh, I've been looking for someone to do this. Like, do you mind if I refer my friend to you? And then the first person was a $2,500 per month client. Now, in order for her to charge $2,500 a month, like she had to use my pricing calculator tools, which I give all of my students, so you know exactly how to price it out and be able to give a retainer. So rather than you like worrying about hourly and like how many hours you're working, you can just give a flat retainer and just be in and out really quickly, so you know exactly how much money you're making every single month. And what that did for her was that gave her like just it gave her a sense of peace, right? Because like we mentioned earlier, like she only had a little bit of time before she had to like make a change in her life because the job situation just wasn't going to be lasting much longer. And I'm glad that she did because the job situation actually happened a lot faster than what she was planning on. So the fact that she automatically came out the gate at about probably like 10 days in with a $2,500 per month client, it gave her that ability to be able to kind of breathe, relax, and make sure that at least half of her bills were paid off every single month thereafter. And it's just really, really cool to be able to do that. But the first thing was with referral partners. Now, the thing about referral partners is it's very hard for most people to get these because most people are not very open. So a common misconception people have about growing your business is that you have to be this like extroverted person. And if you're not like talking and happy and smiley and getting to know people, like you're not gonna be able to make money. Okay? And that's not true. There are people who are introverted, there are people who are extroverted, both can make money, both do really well. It just depends on your ability to be what's called open. So we're coining this term openness. And all openness means is that you're open to meeting new people and getting new opportunities for your business and your life. Most people are closed, and what happens when you're closed is you get very fearful, you don't talk to people, you shut yourself out from the rest of the world, and it's very hard for you to go make money. For example, for me, when I was starting my accounting and bookkeeping business, the first time, like the first couple months, I was doing so bad. I was losing money. I just my bills were coming due. I had quit my job, and I ended up going back into corporate America. And I became very closed off. So there'd be like people at my church and just at the gym, and they'd always ask me like, "How's business going? How's that business of yours going?" And since I was so embarrassed, I didn't. I was like, "Oh, it's okay," and I just kind of ran away. And I would just be like walking away and running away and running away and running away from actually talking to people. And it wasn't until I started like really after I saved up some money and then I started going and purchasing courses and mentorship from other people, then one of them was just like, dude, why are you so embarrassed about not doing well with your business? I was like, what do you mean? Why would I not be embarrassed? I'm not making any money. I don't have any clients. People keep shutting me down. It's just not working. And he told me, okay, so number one, it's not about you. Drop the ego. And number two, business owners who are doing well, especially when you're talking about referral partners, will actually rally around you if you can talk about, what the truth is. Most business owners that are established, they started in their first year only making like $29,000 in revenue. That's gross. That's top line. They understand the struggle. You're not alone. You're not different. You're experiencing the same thing that everybody else experiences. It's just when you don't know that, it causes us to feel very, very scared and very standoffish. So as soon as I started going around those networking places, I started telling people, yeah, I'm trying to get clients. I'm looking for clients. Yeah, this is who I like working with. This is who I don't like working with, blah, 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 blah. Then one of the individuals at the church, he was like, hey, oh, cool. Yeah, I own a dentist office. Like right now, we have that kind of taken care of. But have you talking to Chauncey? I was like, what do you mean? So yeah, Chauncey owns a business, and like he's been complaining about that for the last couple of weeks. I just didn't know anyone like who does that stuff. Like, you want me to introduce you to him? I said, yeah, please do. And the person introduced me. It was literally a referral partner just from me just talking about like how I was trying to grow and what I actually wanted out of life, rather than me just being closed in, afraid to talk to people, afraid of being judged, afraid of being like embarrassed because I come from the background like especially like in corporate America, it's kind of like you're trying to one up everybody. I see my boss. I want my boss's job. I'm trying to get to the next person. Everyone kind of wants what you have. We're all trying to kind of climb that ladder. At least back in those days, what I was thinking. I was a very competitive type of person. But in the business realm, it's not like that. People are very friendly, especially the longer they've been in, because most of these other professional services grew their business through networking and referrals. Now, keep in mind, when I say networking, I do not mean going to networking events. Networking is simply the action of talking to individuals and finding where are the commonalities between your network and their network and who they can refer to each other from each one. So networking actually means more of like referral partners. It just so happens that there are certain networking events that people go to, and it's generally a bunch of people there who, in some cases, do not own a very profitable business. In some cases, they do. That's why networking is kind of hit or miss, in my opinion, and that's why I generally don't promote for most people to go to networking events unless there's like a very particular reason or a very special person. Like I had one student named John. And for that gentleman, anytime that he's in the room with someone who's making, anywhere from 6 figures to 8 figures, he gets a client. Why? Because people just are magnets to him. They just love him. So his marketing strategy was more just like more event type marketing. But for this individual who made 4,950, okay, the method that worked for her, number one, was a referral partner. Number two, after she had some room to breathe because she had that client that came from that referral partner, what she started doing was using LinkedIn. Okay, so with LinkedIn, we have a very structured strategy that allows you to target business owners that are of a certain size, certain industry, certain geographical location, certain use of business, certain revenue, certain company headcount. So you'll be able to just basically spy out who is the person that you're going to be doing business with, and do they have enough money to pay you, and really are they going to be a good client? Okay, that's number one. Then once you go through your sales process, which is generally a 45-minute call, and I give you the sales script, the sales flow of exactly what you need to say and how to say it, so that you're not doing a lot of guesswork, and it's very easy for you to be able to sell a higher ticket price point, and sell it either a retainer or a very, very high hourly price. For example, a couple of my students, like especially the higher up ones, since they don't do the work themselves anymore, they have like subcontract out to other students. They end up charging like $150 an hour, $200 an hour, and people just pay this stuff like clockwork. So when you're starting out, it's generally best for a flat rate. At some point, if you really want to, you could go back to hourly. It just really depends. I like giving people the choice to be able to do so, and then giving you the structure and the strategy of when to do either one. Because that's the really main thing about this business is you need to be in control. You need to feel like you're in control of your time, your income, the location that you're going to, and also just your workload. If you're not in control of that, then there's no point in really running that business. You might as well just do something else. So that's number one, okay? So cool. Now, another reason why it's important to start using LinkedIn is because LinkedIn is one of the most powerful ways to just build up a network of business owners that are all in your target market. So what happened with Anna Jean? So Anna Jean got started probably last April, and she's still getting leads from that initial outreach on LinkedIn. Right, people who originally said, it's not a good time, or I'm already working with someone. She just signed up an $1,000 a month client from someone she first talked to last April. Okay, now the reason why this is so significant is because the business owner told her no. And we have a really structured way of you educating the person and the prospect over time so if they come back to you. And if they've tried someone who's cheaper who generally messed up their books, there's a way that you can get them to want to work with you and be like, hey, I understand. I'm sorry I went with someone cheaper. I need this thing cleaned up. So now not only do you get the client, but you also get to charge a cleanup fee. And it's one of the best things you could possibly do. And it's really cool to be able to have that. Because most people when they're starting, like they get so scared that if they don't close a client right away, it's lost, and they feel like they're rejected. Okay, that's the other thing that this client who got to $4,900 a month did. She knows exactly what is the time frame it takes someone to make a decision, and she knows how to really gauge that from person to person. So on some people, she closes them on the first call. For certain people, for example, she has a client for like $950 a month, and that client, it actually took 2 months for them to first agree that they're going to work together. They paid her pretty quickly, but then they didn't actually need her to get started for about 2 months. So if you don't know what that time frame looks like, a lot of people get very scared. They lose the client, and they just kind of drop the client off. For her, now she collected the original amount of money, and then she got to go and basically charge them again for them delaying. So she actually made a pretty good amount of money. She charged them for 2 months, even though she just got started with them like probably last week, and they paid another $950 up front. So they paid $950 for the deposit, then they paid $950 just to get started. So she's already making pretty good amount of money from that client, and it's all because like she just knows exactly when someone's going to close, and it makes it very easy for her to start making more money and grow her income. Right now, she's sitting on there's about $5,000 in deals that she either sold to and they said it's not the right time, or it's just not quite the right situation for them to be able to sign up. Specifically, one that's like a $4,000 a month client. It's either 4,000 or 4,200. I don't remember off the top of my head, but they're waiting for them to get a loan on their next just big construction project before they go and pay her. Because I mean, it's this company. I guess they don't have a huge amount of like spare cash. Everything's kind of bootstrapped right now. So as soon as they get that, I have a really structured way that she's following up with them so that when the time is right for them, then they're immediately like, hey, let's do this, let's do this. They already basically signed the engagement letter. It's just a matter of like when do they get the cash to move in. And it's just a really cool process and ability to do that. And I'm just super grateful for her. And those are the main things, guys. Referral partners, LinkedIn, knowing how to close, knowing how to price. Okay, that's what you really need if you're going to go and get to $5,000 a month in 60 days. Now, hopefully you're enjoying this. Hopefully you learned something new. If you want some help growing your business, you're tired of doing this thing on your own. You're tired of like trying to figure it out. Like, it's cool to figure things out, but I mean, like, why would you want to do that when you just pay a little bit of money just to go and make, a lot of money? For example, I was talking to this gentleman yesterday, and we were talking about the price of the program, and then he was like, "Wow, that's a lot of money." And we were offering him on like a payment plan, and the payment plan amount wasn't really that big, to be honest. But it wasn't until I put it in perspective, like, dude, if you're gonna be getting 10 grand a month for every month for the rest of your career, over the next 12 months, it's 120,000. The program is less than 10 grand. Like, you don't get that anywhere else. A 5%, what? That's like a 3%. Of your total revenue is going to go to the coaching program. Like that's a no-brainer. It really just comes down to like, are you going to take the proven methods that are proven to work? The students are getting results. We have so many 10K per month students, or are you going to kind of live in fear of you not really being able to win? There's two things: either faith or it's fear. 99% of people live in their fear. 1% of the world lives in their faith. Who are you going to be? Who are you becoming? If you're ready for some help, go ahead and click on the link either above or below the video inside the description. Book a call with me. On the call, I'm going to give you a game plan of exactly what you need to do in order to go grow your business. And if it makes sense, we can even work together long term to accomplish this together. I have probably about 5 minutes and I have to go and bounce. So if you have any questions, leave your questions inside the comments. I'm actually curious of any questions you might have right now. I'll give you about 4 minutes. Is there any questions that I was either not clear about on this training that you think I can answer right now for you? I see there's Brian's live. I see Kizzy is live. Yulia's live. Harold's live. Dano's live. Hi, Dano. Welcome to the party. Hello. Let me leave a comment. The comment section is so weird on these live videos. Cool. Looks like we don't have any questions right now, so I'm super excited. I'm going to wrap this thing up. Hopefully have a great rest of your evening, and I'll talk to you soon, okay? Hi, Harold. Boom. Boom.